everyone, Miss Reimer here with Music Teacher Message. So I get a lot of questions about the TV in my classroom, and my students, pretty much know the answer to this, but I wondered about how many people on YouTube, watching my videos question why there's a TV in my classroom. And it's actually for very educational purposes. So I thought I would make this video to share, and maybe some other teachers have a TV and haven't thought of some of these uses, or maybe they'll want to buy a TV for their classroom after watching this video. So, why do I have it in here? Let's find out. All right, so I bought the TV when this school opened, so like a year and a half ago. And I had one purpose in mind, and that was for centers. We're very lucky here at this school. All of my students have their own Chromebook, and that can be wonderful, but it can also kind of be a pain sometimes. Not every kid is 100% trustworthy, I guess, in what they're doing online. We have things locked down that they shouldn't be able to get to anything bad, but sometimes they will want to play like a spelling game or a math game instead of doing what I've asked them to do in music class. So I wanted to try to do centers in here, and I thought one thing that I wanted them to do was I have a lot of music books. And I thought if I could make a video of me reading the book, that could be one center. And instead of having to haul their Chromebooks down here just for that one piece of center time, what if they could just watch the video on the TV? And then I know from a distance that they're doing the right thing. They're not on YouTube, they're not playing games. I can see that they're watching the book video, that I've projected up on this TV. So that was the plan. Then, once I bought the TV, had it unboxed and everything, I realized that even though it's a smart TV, I was really having a lot of trouble at school getting it to connect to the internet. And I have the same type of TV at home, so I didn't expect this to be an issue. But even once I plugged in the Ethernet cord, it wasn't connecting to the internet. It would just sit here and spin and spin and spin and be I don't know, I can't connect to anything. Not cool. So I noticed there were several times where just connecting to the internet at school, I was having trouble, and it seems like I did have a tech person tell me that they purposely put some things locked down because they didn't want the kids to be able to access things. But there doesn't seem to be a teacher workaround for some of these things. And so I was really disappointed. I bought a TV. Yeah, it was on sale when I bought it, but I still bought a TV for my classroom. I really, really wanted to use it for centers, and I couldn't do anything with it. So it just sat in my closet for the whole school year, which I feel a little silly about, but that's what happened. So then, this summer, I decided to, be a little smarter. I bought the TV. I want to be able to use it. And so I brought in, maybe this was last spring, I don't remember, but I brought in an Apple TV from home because I wanted to test it out. I wasn't sure, with the internet situation being a little sketch at school, I wasn't sure if it was going to work like it does at home. I do have the Ethernet cable plugged into the Apple TV and the Apple TV plugged into the TV. But then I'm able to project things from my iPad onto this TV. I'm able to, go to apps like Disney Plus on the Apple TV if that's what we need. We watched a little bit of a couple of Pixar shorts when we were prepping for our winter concert. Sometimes you just need a little break. So it's been nice for things like that. But I do want to talk about the main uses of this TV in class. Now, I think first things first, this would be a great backup if my projector would ever die. I did have a bulb break years ago at a different school. Those bulbs, I don't know about this one. This is a much newer, better projector than what I had previously. But the bulb for that projector was really expensive. And they were out. We didn't have any stock in the district. And so it was a whole big thing. they ended up getting me a different projector altogether. When the person came in to install it, they had it on top of one of those like safety ladders that's like really flat on the top. They had the projector on there. The person's wheeling it in, and the projector like fell off and smashed on the ground. It was not good. So that was like my backup. I ended up going, I think like 4 months without a projector that year. And it was really difficult. When you teach 6 different grades, plus band, plus adaptive music, you really need a way to change what's on the board quickly. I used to like handwrite things all the time. So much faster to just change what slides I'm showing instead of like erasing everything and having to like write it all over when you only have like 2 minutes in between each class. So anyway, this wouldn't, totally replace having like a nice big screen that's projected on, but at least it would give us something. I wouldn't be like scrambling trying to write lyrics on the board if the projector ever went out. It wouldn't be as nice because it's smaller, but like we could still function for a while until we got that situation figured out. So that's use case number 1. All right, use case number 2 is kind of like a classroom management type of thing, and I don't do this a lot. It's only when it's really needed. But I keep our class list, I've got a blank one, on my iPad. And then if a class is being a little too rowdy, I will share my screen and put it up on the TV. And that kind of gets their attention real quick, because it goes from a black screen to a white screen with everybody's names on it. And then I'll start highlighting their names. So if they get their name highlighted in green, they're doing a good job. If it's orange, like we need to adjust something. And if it's red, like something is wrong, you gotta fix this. And like I said, I don't have to do it a lot, but when I do, like it's very effective because everybody wants their name on green. But it's a lot easier to just kind of silently manage behavior that way than having to like stop and like, Johnny, please stop that. Susie, I need you to stop. I do that sometimes too, but sometimes it's just not possible. If we're in the middle of a song, I'm not going to stop everybody to address like one kid talking, but I can do this in the middle of a song as long as I'm not like actively playing. If it's a recording, I can just do that really quickly. So as needed, it can be a very powerful classroom behavior tool for us. So the latest way we've been using the TV is my student teacher has been taking small groups into the hallway to work on a song that we're working on. And we've got 2 different groups of instruments playing at the same time. So I stay in the room and I'm projecting the music up on the screen. So to make this work, I've got a really long Ethernet cable. So it plugs in right here, basically like down. And then I unplug the power and there's a power like plug outside my door. And so she can still have like internet and be able to share the screen from my iPad to the screen. And it's been really nice because that way, I can still hear what they're doing, but it's not as loud as if we had like 2 completely different rehearsals happening in the same room. So it's been really nice to be able to split up a little bit while I've got a student teacher here and kind of take advantage of that and be able to work with kids in a smaller group. It's been really nice. Now, our bonus use case. I had just gotten, I brought in my DVD player from home, and I was in school for I think 3 days this year before I got COVID for the 4th time. And I ended up having to be out for an entire week of school, which was terrible. When you're out in the middle of the school year, there's like things that you've been working on that the sub can review and kind of just keep going. When I haven't even met my students yet, though, it was really hard to plan any sort of plans. And my principal was like, there's nothing for them to review. A lot of kids don't even know you. Like, how about they just watch a movie? And I was like, okay, works for me. So I have a DVD player on here. And then I also have a couple of DVDs that if the worst should happen, like that was a really strange thing to happen. But good thing I have like Anna Music DVDs in here. Fantasia 2000. And a couple of Disney videos also, just because that's how I roll. But I was so thankful that I had this set up because trying to get a sub, getting them a DVD player from the library. You have to install a driver on it, trying to get them hooked up to the projector and the sound in here. It's kind of a nightmare, to be honest. So having something as easy and as familiar as a TV with a DVD player, you know, like I said, that would not cut it during the year normally. But in that case where there was nothing to review, and like I said, we didn't have seating charts. I hadn't met the classes yet. And that's what the principal said to do, so that's what we did. So it was really lucky that I had this set up already ready to rock. So that's my TV story and about why we have it and how I use it in the classroom. We really don't watch anything on there. I will say sometimes when I'm here working like on a weekend and it's like really, really quiet, kind of like it is now. It's like 5 o'clock after school. There's not a whole lot of people here. And just so that it's not super creepy, sometimes I'll turn something on here just for fun, but we don't use this to like watch things in class. So thank you for watching. Maybe this gave you, teachers watching this, an idea of how you could use a TV in your classroom, and for anybody else, maybe it just helped to answer some questions. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.